that's John as the captain. Can we get a wave from John and for deposit only for the spectators? There we go. And their opponent, the red team, is Babka-dook with Matt Belenke, my good friend and colleague, as the captain. Can we get a wave from the Babka-dookers? Matt seems to be frozen there. Are you all right there, Matt?
I think I'm okay. Am I frozen?
Yeah, just heard you right now.
Okay.
Okay, we have a few novices, so let me make sure you are all clear of the rules. We play like Jeopardy with a few key exceptions, and there's some new exceptions this year. I will tell you the category, and then we will go down in order from the easiest to the hardest question, 1 through 5 in the first round, 2 through 10 in the second. You may buzz in at any time. You do not have to wait for our version of Alex to get to the end of the clue. As soon as you think you know the answer, we urge you to buzz in. At which point you have 3 seconds to unmute and respond. We will be, pretty lenient in the first round. We'll be a little bit more strict in the second, and that's Jeopardy style too. In order to make the game more democratic, we decided this year to restrict each individual player, to no more than 2 buzzes per category. So the first category, for instance, will be ancient times. You will only be allowed to buzz in ancient times a maximum of twice. If you buzz in more than 2 times in the category, your team will lose those points and the other team will have a free shot at the answer. I will try to find, timely moments to remind you so that nobody makes that mistake. There are only 2 opportunities to consult. This is also new for this year. One is at the beginning of the category. You can now, if you like, chat about ancient times and ask yourself and tell your teammates, if you think that's a strength of yours, you might want to lay off until the 4 or 5 point questions. You can buzz in whenever you want to, but you might not, if you're strong in that category, you might not want to waste your 2 buzzes on the low points. You might want to hold off. So we'll give you a few seconds to think about that. The other consultation opportunity is in a steal. If a team is wrong, the other team will have 10 seconds to consult among themselves, and then the captain, either John for score deposit only or Matt for Babka-dook, will unmute and answer for the team. You can also unmute and say pass. And remember, teams, you should be bold to get in on that buzzer and get those points, but whenever you're wrong, points will be deducted from your team. That's true in a steal as well. Okay, other than that, we'll just have some fun. The biggest responsibilities for the players are twofold. Keep your energy up and smile and stay in the game, and try to keep that going through any glitches we may have. We had a glitch-free game just now, so we're hoping we'll be glitch-free again. And then this is important, players. Unmute and buzz quickly when I recognize you, because nothing kills the momentum of the game more than the players being laggard on the buzzer. The second thing that lowers the momentum of the game is the host not shutting up. So I will shut up now as we begin our match. Good luck to both teams. Fingers on your buzzer for the first clue in ancient times. Remember, you don't have to answer in the form of a question. Here we go for 2 points in ancient times. Around 5000 BC, channels were dug along the Nile for this agricultural purpose. Around 5000 BC, channels were dug along the Nile. Natasha?
Irrigation?
Irrigation is right. First blood to for deposit only, 1 point. Here we go, ancient times for 2. Around 1200 BC in the Middle East and 600 BC in China, the Bronze Age was replaced by this metallic age. Around 1200 BC in the Middle Ages, Matt?
The Iron Age.
That is right. First blood for Babka-dook, and they have 2 points on the board. For 3 points in ancient times. In ancient Greece, they came in 3 architectural styles and were made of stone drums stacked and joined with pegs. In ancient Greece, They came in 3 architectural styles and were made of stone drums. John?
Columns.
Columns is right. That's 3 points for 4 deposit only. Back and forth we go. For 4 points in ancient times. 8,500 years ago, the zebu or Brahman type of this animal was domesticated in Asia. 8,500 years ago, the zebu or Brahman type of this animal was domesticated in Asia. John?
Cow.
Cow, I'll take it. Cattle, cow, castle, the Brahman cow is right. And I always try to find an opportunity or two to do this in the first round because John has buzzed in twice. He is locked out of this next category. We just try to remind you in the first round so that nobody, does it later. Okay, for everybody but John in ancient times, in 2000 BC, the Israelites conquered this land whose people probably gave them the Hebrew language. In 2000 BC, the Israelites conquered this land whose people probably gave them the Hebrew language. 5 seconds. Time. It was the fabled land of Canaan. The land of Canaan. That's what we were looking for. Okay. Our next category I really like. You may not care for it, but I like it. Tableware reimagined. Tableware reimagined. I think you will get the hang of it very quickly. Here we go. Tableware imagined for 1 point. One in the road is a division into branches. Mike?
A fork.
Fork is right. That's the tableware reimagined for 3. 3 total for Babka-dook, 8 for deposit only. For 2 points. Idiomatically, surgery might find you under this, though one isn't necessary. Matt?
The knife.
Under the knife is right. That's 2 more points for Babka-dook, the blue team. Tableware reimagined for 3. You're 3-wood when you golf, or to engage in a type of amorous behavior. You're 3-wood when you golf, or to engage in a type of amorous behavior. David?
Spooning.
Spoon is correct. For
All right, Natasha.
3 points. You can read now. Thank you. Or spoon, if Sylvester the cat. Everyone's got a mute. Thank you. Okay, for 4 points in tableware. Somebody's got a mute. David, you got to mute and stay muted. There you
I'm clicking on it. Oh, have we clicked on it?
I think maybe somebody's trying to mute you and you're at cross purposes. There we go. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Here we go for 4 points in Tableware Reimagined. The one at home in baseball comes, Matt?
A plate.
Plate is right, to a sharp point. And Matt is now locked out of the final clue because he buzzed in twice. Tableware, here we go. For 5 points. This is what a guy with a typical Jersey accent might call the man in charge of leading the singing in a synagogue. This is what a guy with a typical, David?
Cantor.
Say again?
Cantor.
Sorry, I have to take away 5 points. Matt and Babka-dook, you can consult. This is what a guy with a typical Jersey accent might call the man in charge of leading the singing in a synagogue. The team has 10 seconds to consult and either pass or answer. That's my golf voice. With my 3-iron, the spoon. Matt, do you have a response?
No, but we're very curious to hear it.
Well, David said canter, but remember the category is tableware reimagined, and the Jersey accent would be for decanter. Typical Jersey accent would be decanter, decanter. Okay, so that was that. All righty. Here we go with our third category. These are fairly brief, so be ready to buzz in. The category is very self-descriptive. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title. So if I said West Side Blank, you would buzz in and say Story. Although West Side Story did not win the Tony, so it would not be among the 5. That's how I chose it for demonstration. Okay, here we go. It's also not a play, it's a musical. Here we go. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title for 1 point. 1983, Blank Song Trilogy. 1983, blank, John?
Torch song
Torch is
trilogy.
correct. 1 point for deposit only. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title for 2. 1988, M blank. 1988, M blank. Time. That fine play and lousy movie version was M Butterfly. M Butterfly. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title for 3. 1958, Sunrise at blank. 1958, Sunrise at blank. Time. It was about FDR's battle with polio, and the play was Sunrise at Campobello. Sunrise at Campobello, and it was a good movie version, in my opinion. 4 points. Fill in the Tony Award-winning play title. 1985, Blank Blues. 1985. Matt.
Memphis.
Oh, it's incorrect. Subtract 4 points. Here you go, John. You can consult with your team. 1985, Blank Blues.
We're going to pass.
Okay, it was Neil Simon's World War II basic training play, Biloxi Blues. Biloxi Blues.
A very good movie.
Very good movie with a hilarious performance by Christopher Walken. It really is worth seeing. And for this Memorial Day, it would be a good thing to DVR. Finally, for 5 points, fill in the award-winning Tony Award play title, 1992, Blank at Lunasa. Blank at Lunasa. Time. Rochelle, you know this one.
Dancing at Luna's.
Dancing at Lunasa by the late Brian Friel. And not a bad movie. At the end of the third round, every 3 rounds, I like to announce the score. We're neck and neck for deposit only 7, Babka-dook 5. 2 apparently evenly matched teams. Our next category, we've been talking about them, the movies. The movies is our category for 1 point. This 2009 Quentin Tarantino film was set during World War II. This 2009 Kalen.
Inglourious Bastards.
That's the movie, Inglourious Bastards, 1 point for Babka-dook. The movies for 2. Maggie Gyllenhaal took over the role of Rachel Dawes in this 2008, Matt?
The Dark Knight.
Batman film, that's correct. Another 2 points for Babka-dook. The movies for 3. Martin Scorsese directed this 2010 film set at an isolated asylum for the criminally insane. Martin Scorsese directed this 2010 film set at an isolated asylum for the criminally insane. 5 seconds. Time. That was one of his lesser known, but I liked it. Shutter Island. Shutter Island, from a Dennis Lehane novel. The movies for 4. Shades of Apartheid. An alien race is forced to live in a slum in Johannesburg in this 2009 flick. Kalen.
District 9?
District 9 is right, 4 points, and you are out of this category, I believe. That was your 2. Just a reminder. Here we go for 5 points in the movies. Stellan Skarsgård played the commander of the Swiss Guard in this 2009 religious action thriller. Stellan Skarsgård played the commander of the Swiss Guard in this 2009 religious action thriller. Matt.
Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons is right for 5. Okay. The movies is followed by our next category. Let's all go to the lobby. From the movies, we go to Let's all go to the lobby for 1 point. As you would expect, their music plays around the clock in the lobby of the Hard Day's Night Hotel in Liverpool. David?
Beatles.
The Beatles is right. 1 point for 4 deposit only. Well done, sir. Let's all go to the lobby for 2. In the lobby of Hollywood's Roosevelt Hotel is a mirror said to be haunted by this blonde who died in 1962. In the lobby of Hollywood's Roosevelt Hotel. Matt?
Marilyn Monroe.
That is right. Marilyn Monroe for 2 points for Babka-dook. Lobby for 3 points. While living at the Hermitage Hotel in Nashville, this pool great would hustle up opponents from the lobby. While living at the Hermitage Hotel in Nashville, this pool great would hustle up opponents from the lobby. Time. He was great. Do you remember, Rochelle?
Can I?
Played by Jackie Gleason in the Hustler. Go ahead, Dan.
Minnesota Fats?
Yeah, Minnesota Fats. I'm sorry, Dan. That you wanted that to be your turn.
Quite all right. Quite all right.
Minnesota Fats. You knew it though, right? You knew it too.
I did. I did.
Here we go. Lobby for 4. The centerpiece of the Waldorf Astoria lobby is a 9-foot-tall clock created for the 1893 World's Fair in this Midwest city. The centerpiece of the Waldorf Astoria, Matt?
Chicago.
That is right, Chicago for 4 points. And finally, for 5 points in lobby, flowers by this contemporary glass artist adorn the lobby ceiling of the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. John?
Chihuly.
Dale Chihuly is right. And not only that 5 points for 4 deposit only and great for John, but that was a triple stumper on the show. So the Jeopardy players didn't know it, but as we all know, Kaplan people are smarter than anybody. So well done, 5 points. Correct, Dale Chihuly. And now we go from Let's all go to the lobby, our last category in this round, to get ourselves a treat. To get ourselves a treat is the category. For 1 point. In the name of a brand of fruit candies, this word precedes rancher. In the name of a, Mike?
Jolly.
Jolly is right. A point for Babka-dook. For 2 points. In 1938, Nestle added crisp rice to the chocolate and created this candy bar. Craig?
What is Rice Krispie Treats? What is Rice Krispie Treats?
Incorrect. We subtract 2 points. Here you go, Matt and Babka-dook. In 1938, Nestle added crisp rice to the chocolate and created this candy bar.
That would be the Nestle Crunch.
Nestle's Crunch is correct for 2 points. Nice try. Always pays to be bold. Since you can buzz in at any time, that's the risk you run, but we're still very, very close. For 3 points, to get ourselves the treat. These candies, chocolate-covered caramels, were supposed to be perfectly round. The name reflects that failure. These candies, Mike?
Rolo?
No, incorrect. Sorry, got to subtract 3 points. Opportunity for you, John, and for deposit only. These candies, chocolate-covered caramels, were supposed to be perfectly round. The name reflects that failure. John, pass or respond?
Pass.
Pass. That's how they got the name for Milk Duds. Milk Duds. I love that clue. And I'm sorry, Rochelle and Dan, I didn't give you a chance, but, you know, feel free to buzz in if you know when the time is called. Okay, here we go for 4 points to get ourselves a treat. The American Licorice Company makes this brand of licorice, which also, David?
Good and plenty.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Subtract 4 points. Here you go, Matt. The American Licorice Company makes this brand of licorice, which also comes in black. The American Licorice Company makes this brand of licorice, which also comes in black. Matt, respond or pass?
Nope. We don't know.
No. David, this one was hard without the color clue. They also come in black. It refers to red vines. Red vines also come in black. So red vines was the answer. Here we go with our final clue in the first round for 5 points to get ourselves a treat. It's the geographic sounding name for an almond in a hard candy shell. It's the geographic, John?
Jordan almonds.
Jordan almonds is right, and for deposit only comes back. We're not going to have a tie because we have one even, one odd. The score, virtual tie. Babka-dook 23, for deposit only 12. I say that in all sincerity because, as I always tell people on Jeopardy, in the first round, there's no money at stake. It's all just to get the feel of the game and get used to it. The big points are in the second half. Of course, there's no money at stake here either, but a lot of babka and a lot of bragging rights. So Rochelle and Dan, I like the boldness of these two teams. They're buzzing in a lot. They're holding back smart teams. Let's see how you do in the second round, where the points are doubled and things can really change. The first category is Iraq's provinces. Iraq's provinces. That may sound arcane, but it is what it is. Here we go. Good luck, teams. Big smiles, big energy. Get ready to buzz in for 2 points in Iraq's provinces. Though Iraq already had 18 perfectly good provinces, Saddam wanted a 19th, and on August 28, 1990, declared this was it, leading to war. Though Iraq already had 18, Matt?
Kuwait.
Kuwait is right. That was the coveted additional province. First 2 points in the second round for Babka-dook. Iraq's provinces for 4. Basra, Tikar, and Misan tried to break away in 2004 and might have made a go of it, as they have 80% of Iraq's this beneath them. Basra, Kalen?
Oil?
Oil is right. 80% of Iraq's oil is under those 3 provinces. Okay, for 6 points. Suleimania province, dominated by this ethnic group, is friendly ground for Americans. Just don't get too close to Iran, as 3 hikers did in 2009. Suleimania province, dominated by this ethnic group, is friendly ground for Americans. Just don't get too close to Iran, as 3 hikers did in 2009. Natasha?
Is it the Kurdish?
The Kurds are correct. Kurds is right. I will accept at 6 points for deposit only.
Thanks.
Nice comeback there. Tell you, it's a neck and neck game. For 8 points. Logically enough, it's the province where Iraq's capital is located. Logically enough, it's the province where Iraq's capital is located. Time. It is Baghdad province. Baghdad province. Okay, finally, Iraq's provinces for 10 points. Hilla province was renamed as part of a program urging Iraqis to take pride in their ancient past. It became this after the city of Nebuchadnezzar, whose ruins stand there. Hilla province was renamed as part of a program urging Iraqis to take pride in their ancient past. It became this after the city of Nebuchadnezzar, whose ruins stand there. Craig.
Is it Babel?
Babylon is right. That's 10 points. And we're neck and neck, 29 Babka-dook, 28 for deposit only. Okay, when some of you are unmuting, I'm hearing some noise. I know that could be work related, in which case that's fine, but reminder, teams, don't consult in the first part of the game. Okay, our next category needs an example, a little explanation. The category is possessive actors' possessions. Possessive actors' possessions. Here's an example. A pleasure trip for Suri's dad might be Tom's cruise. Get the idea? Pleasure trip for Suri's dad would be Tom's cruise. That's the possessive we're looking for. All right. Hold back if you wanted to get the hang of it, but for 2 points. Cherry stone for Angelina Jolie's ex-life partner. Cherry stone for Angelina Jolie's ex-life partner. Kalen.
Brad Pitt.
Say again?
Brad Pitt.
Incorrect. Throw it over to John. Cherry stone for Angelina Jolie's ex-life partner.
Brad's Pitt.
Yeah, sorry, Kalen, but it is possessive. Brad's Pitt is the wordplay we're looking for. Not too much of a problem. 2 points, but for deposit only takes the lead, at least for now, 30 to 27. Okay, let's try possessive actors' possessions again for 4 points. Bird belonging to a movie Gladiator. Bird belonging, Matt?
Russell's Crowe.
Russell's Crowe is what we want there. Those whimsical writers at Jeopardy. They're nice people, by the way. They don't sit there going, we're really going to stump them. They're really very nice people. For 6 points, possessive actors' possessions. Breakfast meat belonging to the movies Hollow Man. Breakfast meat, John?
Kevin's Bacon.
Kevin's bacon is what we wanted. That's right. It's delicious and 6 degrees away. For 8 points in possessive actors' possessions. Rule of conduct by which 2004's Alfie lives. Rule of conduct, Natasha?
Jude's Law.
Jude's Law is right. For deposit only making its move with 8 points. Nicely done, Natasha. And finally, remember, if you've buzzed in this category already, you may not buzz in again for this last one. I don't think anybody had 2, but I could be wrong. You guys know. For 10 points, possessive actors' possessions. Walking stick for 1966's Alfie. Walking stick, Matt.
Michael's cane.
Michael's cane is 10. Very close game. The closest one so far. For deposit only 44, Babka-dook 41. It is literally anybody's match. We go into World of Scientists. World of Scientists for 2 points. In 1766, England's Henry Cavendish discovered this element and later showed that with oxygen it produces water. In 1766, England's Henry Cavendish, Kellen?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is right, 2 points. That produces water. Babka-dook reduces the gap to 1 point. For 4. For their work on radioactivity, they shared the 1903 Nobel Prize for Physics with Antoine-Henri Becquerel. For their work on radioactivity, they shared the 1903 Nobel Prize for Physics with Antoine-Henri Becquerel. 5 seconds or 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, Dan?
The Curies?
Yes, Pierre and Marie Curie is correct. They shared the prize with Becquerel. Well done, no points. For 6 points in World of Scientists, Dutch botanist Hugo de Vries was noted for his mutation theory and for rediscovering this man's laws of heredity. Dutch botanist Hugo de Vries was noted for his mutation theory and for rediscovering this man's laws of heredity. Matt?
Mendel.
Gregor Mendel is correct. And now Babka-dook recovers the lead with 49 to 44. World of Sciences for 8. Hungary's Roland Eötvös, E-O-T-V-O-S, introduced the concept of the surface type of this, a phenomenon in liquids at the molecular level. Hungary's, Matt?
Tension.
Tension. Surface tension is right. That's another 8 points for Babka-dook. And finally, 10 points in World of Scientists. After 6 years in exile in Gorky, this physicist and human rights activist was allowed to return to Moscow in 1986. After 6 years in exile in Gorky, this physicist and human rights activist was allowed to return to Moscow in 1986. 5 seconds. Time. Matt, would you have known it if you were allowed to buzz in?
I would not have.
Rochelle, Dan?
Nope.
No. That was a while ago. He was pretty famous for a while. Andrei Sakharov. Andrei Sakharov was the dissident physicist. Okay. Next question. Next category. With the score Babka-dook 57 for deposit only 44. Still neck and neck. The category, did you hear about the Morgans? Did you hear about the Morgans? For instance, 2 points. This comic strip doctor began his practice in 1948. This comic strip doctor began his practice. Matt?
Rex Morgan, MD.
Rex Morgan, MD. You even attached his title. Well done. 2 points. Did you hear about the Morgans? 4 points. It's the state animal of Vermont. It's the state animal of Vermont. 5 seconds. Time. Any guesses on the sidelines? The state animal of Vermont is the Morgan horse. The Morgan horse. Here we go for 6. Have you heard about the Morgans? He co-starred in Dragnet and later in MASH. He co-starred in Dragnet and later in MASH. Heather.
It'd be Henry Morgan?
I will accept it because he was known for much of his career as Henry, in parentheses, Harry Morgan. Harry Morgan, so we will accept it. That's 6 points for Babka-dook. Here we go for 8. And did you hear about the Morgans? It's home to West Virginia University. It is home to West Virginia University. Five seconds. Time. I believe it's what Joni Mitchell was singing about. Morning comes to Morgantown. Morgantown. I believe that's what she was talking about in the song. Anyway, Morgantown was correct. And finally, for 10 points in Have You Heard About the Morgans? King Arthur's evil half-sister. King Arthur's evil half-sister. Heather.
Morgana.
Yes, I will accept. There's a lot of verbiage here. Somebody had said on the show Morgana and was ruled wrong, and they came back and ruled it right. So we will do the same for you. That's 10 points. The answer they were all looking for is Morgan Le Fay. but she's known as Morgana and Morgan and Morgana Le Fay, and the hell with her. You got the 10 points. Okay. 75 to 44. The next category is state the state of the former governor. State the state of the former governor. I will give you the name of the former governor. You tell me his state. For 2 points, David Patterson. David Patterson. David.
New Jersey.
Incorrect. You subtract 2 points. Babka-dook,
Sorry, guys.
Patterson. Matt?
We think New York.
Yes, New York is right. You were thinking of Patterson, New Jersey, Dave, and it's an understandable mistake. But yeah, he was the short-term governor of New York. Okay, here we go. State the state of the former governor, Mark Sanford. Mark Sanford. Mike.
South Carolina.
South Carolina is right for 4. State the state of the former governor for 6 points, Sonny Perdue. Mike?
The buzzer didn't clear from the last one.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll throw that one out then because there might have been a confusion of the buzzer. Sonny Perdue is the former governor of Georgia. So we'll throw that one out. It was a triple stumper anyway, and we'll go to 8 points. Tim Pawlenty. Tim Pawlenty. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, Rochelle?
I want to say Indiana.
No, he got plenty of coverage when he was being considered as a running mate. He's
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Okay. Finally, Bob McDonnell. Bob McDonnell. Time. Triple stumper on the show as well. He's the former governor of Virginia. Virginia.
I hear he had a farm too, Bob.
He did. Oh. Okay. Our final category with the score Babka-dook 81, for deposit only 42. It is close enough for the red team to catch up. The category is summertime, but the first sum is in quotes. Jeopardy watchers know that means some, S-U-M, will be part of every response. In summertime with some in every response, good luck teams for 2 points. It can be a verb meaning to reach the top of a peak. It can be a verb. Kalen.
Summit.
Summit is right for 2. Some for 4 points. From the Latin for with highest praise, it's the best way to graduate. From the Latin for, Matt?
Summa.
More specific?
Summa cum laude.
Yes, that's what we needed. 4 points. Sum or sum for 6. A pit or well in which liquid, often yucky, is stored. A pit or well in which liquid, often yucky, is stored. John. John?
A sump tank.
Sump is what we wanted. I'll take it. Sump for 6 points. Sump is the sum. For 8 points. It is also known as Straw Hat Theater. It is also known as Straw Hat Theater. Time. Rochelle, I'm guessing you know this one.
Summer stock?
Yep, summer stock. Used to be known as the Straw Hat Circuit, Straw Hat Theater. Very good. Summer stock. Okay, teams, final clue for 10 points in summertime, with some in quotes. A.S. Neal shook the educational establishment with 1960s a radical approach to child rearing at this title school. A.S. Neal shook the educational establishment with 1960s A Radical Approach to Child Rearing at this title school. 5 seconds. Time. This, like the last one, was a triple stumper. Rochelle, Dan?
Nope.
I got nothing and no good jokes, so I apologize.
It was famous a long time ago, not so much anymore. The book and the school were called Summerhill. Summerhill. And with that, we end our match for deposit only 48. Babka-dook 87. They pulled away there in the latter part of the game, but still, it was a very, very good match. Everybody was very enthusiastic, and knock wood, no glitches, no more tangles, as they used to say. Teams, you should be very proud. We are very grateful. Thank you to Dan and Rochelle for their support and their participation. We'll see you all again on the TPT.